Live streaming is viewed 6 times more than any other media online right now. And in today's economy, there is no better way to get your message out, to get it heard, to get market share than with viral live streaming. I am Amber Vilhauer, and in today's episode of the Fast Track series, we are on our 4th part of the 4 series on viral live streaming. Today, I'm going to tie it all together. On the first episode, we talked about how to have an incredible host experience. Second episode, we talked about how to have an incredible speaker experience. And the third video, we talked about how to have an amazing viewer experience. We've looked at it from each vantage point, and now we know how to have an amazing elevated experience for your live stream series. However, there are some extra things to think about, some things to optimize, and that's what we're going to dig into today. Now, all of this is my way of educating you about the power of live streaming right now. My company, NG Enterprises, which stands for No Guts, No Glory, we build websites. We do bestseller book launch campaigns. We do online marketing. And our newest division is StandOut.Live. It's all about viral live streaming. We have clients coming in that are busy. They just want to get market share. They want to show up and speak, but they want the rest done for them. And that's what we do within this division. We will help book speakers and get them confirmed and prepared for the interview. We will do all of the tech through multi-channel live streaming. It's YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Periscope, Twitch, Facebook, you name it. And then we prepare the speakers so they are in the zone when they go live with their guest expert. We are in the chats, chat boxes, commenting, engaging with the viewers, creating the optimal experience all around. And at the very end, we repurpose that live stream optimized for YouTube, blog posts and SEO, social media, email marketing. We're tracking all of the metrics. This is a week-to-week done for you viral live streaming service. And during this 4-part series, I've been giving you information so that you understand the power of live streaming and the important things that you need to implement if you want to get better market share in today's economy with something that is proven and effective. So I welcome you to the 4th on this 4-part series. Today, we're going to get really technical. We're going to get into how to optimize your live stream. If I could be honest with you for a moment, if you are going to put on a viral live stream series, right? For me, it's called the Elevate series. That's what we do at NGNG. And what we are doing is sometimes I'll go live by myself and I'll do like a 30 or 60-minute solo workshop. Another time I will invite a client or a member of my Leverage to Scale flagship community in to put me in on the hot seat, and I'll start coaching them live. Other times I will take a client, such as a client that we just recently launched their website or launched their book. We'll invite them into a live stream where we will profile them almost like a live case study and highlight them as a way of saying thank you for choosing us. And more often than not, I will take one of my friends or colleagues, some influencer in one of many different industries, and I will invite them into a live stream where I can interview them. We can have a discussion around how our community can move forward mentally and professionally, how they can elevate during this time. And all of those different variety of live streams go underneath the banner of my series called Elevate, because I believe that you should elevate every experience. And I think you've seen that in the past 3 episodes when we were talking about the host, speaker, and viewer experience. There were so many little details about things that you can optimize and elevate to create a better experience overall. My whole core message is that every time you turn around, there's an opportunity to develop personal connection with each person that comes into your experience, into your company, into your community. When it comes to live streaming success, and by success, I mean it's going viral, you have conversion, your email list is growing, your platform and authority is growing. You know, a part of that success is just in having variety, like I just mentioned in your live stream, and also in going live frequently. When I first kicked off the Elevate series, what happened was I felt this call to lead right when the COVID crash first happened. And what happened was I reached out into my network. In 11 business days, I interviewed 40 speakers, really influential people that I had met over the years. They all were more than willing to come on because I shared the mission and the vision. I talked about the importance of leadership. I knew that I could bring the goods in creating a viral platform because I've been studying it for over a year now. I knew how to go live through multiple channels, how to do the tech. I had the team that could go into the chat and start making comments. I had an incredible team that could repurpose all of the content after the fact. But what I also knew is that I had to have variety, and I needed to go live very frequently, especially in the beginning. And I talk about this with our StandOut.Live clients. When you first onboard, we have like a whole onboarding session. It happens very quickly because from the time that somebody first hires us, in less than 1 week, they're already going live and their branding is done, the onboarding is done, the documentation is done, they're fully prepared on their agenda, the tech is all done. Like, we hustle in that first week to make sure that you're going live right away. Usually the kickoff session happens within about 3 to 4 business days, which is amazing, right? But what I tell those clients in the very beginning is like, look, it's got to be frequent right out of the gates, because Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, these social channels have a job to do, and their job is to increase their value. So what's going to increase their value? Well, live streaming increases their value because live streaming is viewed 6 times more than anything else online, okay? So when somebody is watching live, they're staying on that social platform for more minutes. The more minutes somebody stays, the more that social platform is valuable. They're going to reward you for making them more valuable by giving you more viewers, more exposure, right? And it's going to increase your overall reach. And I knew this. So when I started Elevate, 40 speakers, 11 days, our reach grew by 4,200% in 11 business days. That's the power of live streaming when you do it the way that we do it. There's no black magic here. It's like literally, my approach is very much rooted in the experience, being high touch, conversational with the hosts, or excuse me, with the guests and the viewers. There are other optimization tactics that I've just learned over being a total geek about this stuff. And what happens is the more you create that experience, the more it goes viral. And all of a sudden that reach starts to really expand too. And that's how we're having such success at StandOut.Live is just because of the experience that we create for you. And that is something that I keep saying again and again, because I want you to remember that you have a job to do, and that's to create an experience. Even if you don't ever do live streaming, which I think would be a huge shame, you've got to do it. Think about the experience that you give your clients when they're onboarding, when you're emailing them, when you're writing a book. What's the experience for the reader? What's the experience when you walk out on a stage and you're looking in front of an audience? What's their experience of you going to be? Experience is a really important word that I want you to remember. Frequency is an important word that I want you to remember. If you're frequently adding in these live streams, that's making the social network far more valuable. They're going to open up your series to a much wider audience that then you can leverage to grow your own platform and business. Variety is going to be important for your viewers coming in, as I mentioned. I think it's an opportunity for you to do some solo workshops, case studies, client features, and these interviews. And what else could we be doing? I was talking to somebody last week, and they're doing like live streaming to have like dance nights on Saturday night. And so everybody comes together and everybody's dancing through their Zoom. Like, how are you going to be using live streaming? I was consulting with somebody that has a cider brewery about how she can start integrating live streaming to grow her business. I mean, honestly, it's time to start thinking much bigger about the opportunity for live streaming. And I'm one of the leaders in this market right now saying, everybody, you've got to hear me. You've got to get this started up and running right now. And so I feel very fortunate that you've been paying attention to this series. We've talked about a lot of incredible things. A few last things that I feel called to share to get your live stream to go viral is that, number one, think about how you're documenting this experience. What I did when I first started StandOut.Live is I documented the journey, because I've just know now that's what you do. When a client comes in, what is their experience of me? And when you're running your own live stream series, you'd be thinking, when a speaker comes in, what's their experience of me, right? When I'm sending out that invitation, how am I documenting where that email invitation, what it said? I've got to document that. I've got to document the confirmation email I sent. I've got to create a spreadsheet of all of my speakers and the date and time that they're going live. And did we get their photo? Did we get their bio? Did we promote them on social media? Did we repurpose their interview? Did we send them a thank you, etc.? You're documenting the entire journey for live streaming. Then you're documenting the content that you're sending out on a regular basis. Yes, you're always going to make tweaks to it, documenting emails, documenting how you like your social media posts to go out when you're promoting the episode before it happens. And then how are you documenting the content to promote the episode after it happens? Documenting your whole repurpose strategy. So for us, and I mentioned this in a future episode, if you go to leveragetoscale.com, you will see I have documented everything you need to know about how to repurpose your live stream. You go live, then you want to update the description on all of the social media channels so that it's really compelling that people would come in and want to watch your replay, right? Because it just stays on your channel. But then how do you download that episode? Or hopefully if you've set up the multi-streaming correctly, that would already be, that video would live on YouTube. So you go into YouTube, here's a 16-point checklist of all the things that you need to do to optimize that video for YouTube so it gets more views, especially if you are interviewing a high-profile speaker. You should be ranking for their name inside of YouTube, but most people don't have a clue how to do it, or you're hoping your VA knows. You've got to take control. This is your future. This is your business, right? And so optimizing those YouTube replays so they continue to get you views and reach ongoing, taking that, turning it into a blog post. But again, there's a very specific way that you want to do that blog post and how you want to optimize it for Google. And then how are you sending that out to your email list? Because you don't want people to get like, oh, here she goes, another live stream. No, you want to extract out what are the main unique teaching moments. Why does that matter? Why is this, was this such a unique episode? And then if you're pulling on that thread, that becomes the email that compels people, they have to watch it now. And then you're getting them to watch that replay, which is going to expand your reach even more, especially if during that episode you've continued to have an amazing viewer experience, and then follow that up by asking them to help you share this episode with other people so you can impact and serve more people. Documenting all of these different steps is going to take you a lot of time. And that's one of the gifts that I have, is I can come and document all of this pretty quickly. Now we already have it in a process. The repurposing has been documented and now is available at leveragetoscale.com. The StandOut.Live experience with the live streaming and the tech and the speaker and viewer experience, that hasn't been documented to that degree yet, but there is a done for you service available for that now. Otherwise, you can go back and watch all of my fast track videos and try to document it yourself as well. There's no wrong path except the path that leads to you doing nothing. That's the wrong path. But as long as you're taking action, as long as you are trying to step up and be the leader that you know you can be, using live streaming as your vehicle to deliver this message and to deliver the kind of impact, then you'll be great and you'll do fine in today's economy. But this is an opportunity for you to get major exposure on all online media channels, drive that business back to your website, which hopefully is experiential, and you've embedded a customer journey. You've been very thoughtful about that website, so you're actually converting all of this traffic back into long-term business for you. And if you haven't done that, if your website is not ready, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't start live streaming immediately, but it does mean that you should go back and do whatever you need to do to make sure that that website is in better working order. I actually have a free 40-minute training video course available. I'll put the comment in the description below this video to make sure that you can go through and look at all of my advice about how to make your website more experiential, more high performance. It's a free course. There's no tripwires or anything like that. It's just information, just like you're used to getting with me here. And just go polish up that website. Make sure that you are delivering an intentional and powerful message. Don't forget about the Elevate 20 from episode number 1 in this series, or go back and watch that again. And then you should be able to confidently move forward with live streaming, make that go viral, and then drive that business back to your website, where you can then have a longer lasting relationship with your clients and customers. And I hope that you really adopt this sooner than later. Remember the company's message: no guts, no glory. Now is the time, not later. Now is the time to get your market share, so that you are positioned properly moving forward into the future. That's going to be a very important thing to do moving forward. If you thought this video is helpful, if you thought this series was helpful, I would honestly really love to know. Please just take a moment and make a comment below. It would really mean a lot to me to know what really moved the needle for you. Please help me share this with others. I'm happy to go in. If you have a mastermind community or a group coaching program, I've been going in delivering this message about viral live streaming to a lot of organizations. I'd be happy to do that for you as well. I have a greater passion to get speakers and authors and coaches and business owners, get them to succeed in today's economy. So I've got the stamina. Invite me in, subscribe to YouTube to get notified when future videos like this become available. And I'd love to check you out on the next episode as well. So drop me a hello in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.